Shnikes. Holy moly, guacamole. I don't know what I'm saying. What am I saying? I don't know. Maybe because I'm a little bit excited because the man, the myth, the legend, the showstopper, the icon, the man, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be.
I love it.
Any more? I got any more coming? Master Len, sir. Master Len in the house. Len Kabasinski. I really appreciate it. Very honored to have you on the podcast today. We're gonna get into your movie. I know we're limited on time here because you're a very busy man, but I really do appreciate you popping in to say what's up to the Movie Dojo Army. They're coming in right now. They're slowly scrolling in. That's right, the Movie Dojo Army. Right? Why? Because we represent. We love the martial arts movies. That's right. 8 diagram pole fighter T-shirts. Right. 6X. Why? Because I'm a Biggins. And how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing real good. But first off, thanks for having me. I'm honored. I follow your show, so thanks for having me and thinking of my works and stuff like that. I think you're going to mention stuff probably about Challenge of Five Gauntlets, which is a very personal film of mine. All my films are like my kids, but at the same time, this one, was a very close, experience for me, kind of thing.
I actually discovered you through, I'm sure as many others, through the Red Letter Media episodes, which were a lot of fun to watch. But it was the episode where you were on there with Rich Evans, and you were reviewing Blind Fury with Rutger Hauer, and I was like, "That's my guy." I was just like, "That's it." Len Kabasinski is awesome. He's letting the whole world know. That's right. He's using the platform, letting everybody know that Blind Fury is amazing, and everyone needs to check it out. I was like, "This is my guy. I got to show support." And then that's when I went out and bought the physical Blu-ray copy of your martial arts film, Challenge of Five Gauntlets. What's some of your inspirations, some of your favorite movies that kind of got you into filmmaking? And how long have you been doing this, by the way?
In filmmaking, I would have started around 2004. I was taking my lunch breaks from a shitty job I was working back then. I forget what it was, in hotel management or something like that. But I would take those breaks, and I was writing Swamp Zombies, the first one with Blue Meanie from ECW and WWE, Jasmine St. Clair from ECW and other things. Yeah, he's a great dude. Pamela Such came aboard that was done a lot of higher profile micro budget movies and things like that. So Dan Severin, the Beast, Hall of Famer, was in it. So. I was coordinating that back then, and so my career would have started around 2004, and I'm still going. But some of my inspirations and stuff, even back then, I never wanted to be. And it's funny because you get trolls and things like that that'll say, "Well, Len's going to be the next Spielberg. Ha, you did Swamp Zombies." Well, the joke's on you, player, because I never really wanted to be Spielberg. I wanted to be Fred Olin Ray. I wanted to be Jim Wynorski. I wanted to be Don Dohler. Those are my heroes. Or Kurt Anderson, that would have directed Martial Outlaw and things like that. Those are which the poster is sitting 10 feet from me right now. I love that movie. So, those are my heroes. When you talk about choreography and things like that, you get into movies like No Retreat, No Surrender 2 and those things. And you mentioned Blind Fury, and I love Blind Fury, but to be honest, I don't like Blind Fury as much as I like Kickboxer with Jean-Claude Van Damme, or No Retreat, No Surrender 2 with Lauren Avedon, or China O'Brien with Cynthia Rothrock. I mean, I probably don't like it as much as I like those more scaled back B movies of the mid to late 80s to early 90s. King of the Kickboxers. I can almost touch the poster as I reach out.
Martial Law, movies like Martial Law.
I got all that stuff. Those are the movies I grew up on that I really loved. My intention of getting into filmmaking was never to be Spielberg or Kubrick or any of those guys. It was to be Fred Olin Ray and Robert Klaus and those kind of guys is who I really wanted to be.
I also enjoy not just your podcast, which I highly recommend the chat. Check out the Fist of the Filmmaker podcast. Very well done. Very well done. I love listening to those. But your Forgotten Movie Den is one of my favorites. So chat, I'm telling you right now, you got to watch every single episode of Forgotten Movie Den, because that's where the hidden gems lie.
with the Forgotten Movie Den, what I try to do there is, of course, I'm going to have a heavy concentration of like 80s and 90s direct-to-video boom era stuff there. But I pick some newer movies once in a while, too, that I feel come out and people just don't talk about. And, but most of the concentration is, I could talk Godfrey Ho Ninja movies all goddamn day long. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that in the Forgotten Movie Den. I could, but I like to make it a little more diverse. I'll pick some Charles Bronson movies. There's all kinds of stuff that I'll put on the Forgotten Movie Den. But as you would expect, there'll be a lot of like martial art movies on there. But once in a while, I'll pick a straight up horror movie like Bad Moon that I really like from 1996 with Michael Pare and
yes. I feel like I'm the only guy.
I saw it in the theater.
That likes that movie.
I love Bad Moon. I think it's great. Bad Moon is definitely one of my favorite werewolf movies. So I'll pick stuff like that. It's not just going to be martial art movies. Of course, that's what I love, but I love all kinds of movies.
Yeah, and it's great to have that variety: fantasy, sci-fi, horror. It's great. It's great to have the variety. I'm sure all that inspires you too.
I delve into a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff that inspires me isn't even straight martial art pictures. Of course, there is those moments, but one of my favorite movies is a cyberpunk movie. I love the movie Nemesis from 1993 by Albert Pune that stars Olivia Gruner. But the story of Alex Rain and stuff in that movie, I absolutely adore that movie, and it's probably one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time. And I wouldn't say it's a karate movie. It's not a martial art movie.
Yeah.
I think it's a science fiction movie with action tones to it kind of thing. But Nemesis I really enjoy. Of course, I like movies like Angel Town. I mentioned the No Retreat, No Surrender series. I mentioned Martial Outlaw. Anything with Jeff Wincott between 1988 and 1995 or so, I'm really going to get into kind of thing. Anything with Matthias Hughes in it or Mark Dacascos in it or something. All those kind of stuff is what I'm going to be watching kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I'm 47 years old almost now, so a lot of the stuff I grew up watching too were like the Kill and Kill Again and things like that with James Ryan. Those kind of classic, almost they didn't really feel like they knew how to choreograph kung fu movies yet. South American wise or even American wise, but because they were kind of more acrobats back then.
Right.
You even pushed into American cinema with stuff like a movie that I hold dear to my heart and my daughter loves called Jim Cotta, which I really do. You're speaking my language when you get into all those films like that. So I like a wide variety of stuff. What people probably don't get about me is my favorite movie of all time is not even a martial art movie or an action movie or anything. My favorite movie of all time is What's Eating Gilbert Grape, that stars Johnny Depp. And my life parallels Mr. Grapes in many ways. It hits me here, but my favorite movie of all time is What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Do you think, real quick question, do you think Nemesis is Albert's best movie?
I'm going to say yes because of the story and style of the movie. He had a lot of things. I feel like he was in the zone for it.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of his other movies like Blood Match and things like that came out, or Arcade, which I think had a really cool story and stuff to it that he did for Full Moon Pictures there. But I'm going to say yes, and I know people will jump on me because I love this movie too. It would definitely be my close second. Would be Cyborg with Jean-Claude Van Damme. I've seen that movie probably 50 times in my life. But I think Nemesis has the more interesting characters and stuff like that in it. I think Alex Rain is superior to Gibson Rickenbacker and stuff like that. But those two are 1-2 for me kind of thing.
Yeah, nice. I think, and to be honest, I think the action sequence where he shoots through the floor.
No, it's awesome. It's awesome.
And he keeps, it's like one of the most badass action sequences I've ever seen. And he kind of keeps going through each floor shooting, right? I think it was done better in Nemesis than Underworld.
Oh, yeah.
It was done better in my opinion. Yeah.
You can't beat better than the original sometimes. I think that's a case of that. And I don't hate Underworld by any means, but it's not.
No. Yeah. I just think they did it better. Nemesis. Challenge of 5 Gauntlets. So we're going to talk a little bit about it. It's been out for a while, chat. We're going to get into some spoilers. And it is on Amazon Prime to watch and Tubi, correct? It's on Tubi, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So chat, I highly recommend you guys check it out. I did enjoy it, my friend. It was entertaining. I did enjoy it. And what really what I like about the movie the most is that it inspires you. It's one of those movies that inspires you to go grab your fucking camera, get the cell phone, chat. I'm telling you, Chad, after you watch this movie, you're gonna grab your cell phone, you're gonna grab a couple of buddies, you're gonna get some weapons, safety first, practice safety first, and then you're gonna go out to the backyard of the park. You're gonna want to make a martial arts movie. That's what this movie, I feel has that vibe to it. It's going to inspire other people to go, you know what? This is all we got. Let's go out there, let's make a movie, and let's have a blast making a movie. And that is the heart of filmmaking.
Yeah, I get a lot of questions from people saying, Len, I'm interested in filmmaking. You've inspired me. How did you start and stuff like that? But I'll say, first of all, when you start out, you got to fuck what other people say and think about your stuff or whatever, because then you're never going to get it done. I guarantee you, if you give up on yourself, you'll never make a movie. So I will tell you that wholeheartedly, you will never make anything if you give up on yourself. So, my theory to you is fuck what other people think and say about you and be yourself. I'm 16, 17 years now into a career, and I think I've got people that are still with me from Swamp Zombies that I know have come along and bought Hellcat's Revenge 2 that I just did and stuff. And, those people stay along with you because they believe in you. They love your works for you, and see you grow along the way. So it really is a matter of writing a story that you feel you can accomplish and have the resources to accomplish it. And by resources, I don't mean, people think, well, then I don't have 15,000 sitting around. You don't need 15,000. Write a story that you can accomplish on whatever you have, kind of thing.
Yes.
And go do it, because somebody won't, and nobody's going to care about your idea more than you. So it's a matter of getting out there and doing it in that tenacity, and that tenaciousness is what you're going to need to get it done, kind of thing.
Okay, the fight at the end here, I really enjoyed this, and I'm trying really hard. I mean, I've seen like 5 billion, just like you, we've seen like 1,000, hundreds of thousands of martial arts movies. And I'm trying to think, when was the last time we had a martial arts fight, especially a 2-on-1 fight, which had involved voodoo? And I'm trying to think, because you have like movies like Sammo Hung's Spooky Encounters, right?
Sure.
Where people are.
There's tons of that shit from over there.
Yeah,
you had Dr. Ho directing pogo stick jumping vampire things in Robo. Right, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but someone's either possessed, right? But in terms of like you said, we've seen that before. Someone's possessed the fight or whatever. But in this one, though, in terms of you're trying to, defend and counterattack and defend yourself, but the actress, the voodoo witch, has your doll, and she's like taking your leg out. You're trying to kick, and your legs hurt. And I'm really trying hard, and I thought it was very creative and inventive. And I'm really trying hard to think where I've seen that before, and I can't think right now.
No, none of that scene came. I didn't get inspiration from anything else I saw. I just knew I wanted to tie in some kind of supernatural component to the movie, because the tooth itself, which is the basis of the story, is kind of supernatural. So I wanted to tie in something there. Then we have the salt circle and some of the voodoo stuff. And I don't know anything about that kind of shit, but young fan that actually played one of the voodoo warriors at the end of the movie, he knows some things about that and stuff. And he actually did the tattoo that's on my arm. He came in and said, well, then you should do this. If you trap us in a salt circle, voodoo people can't do this or that. I was like, I don't fucking know any of this, but thank you, because we'll write this into the scene kind of thing. So,
but it was entertaining. It was entertaining, and I was like, "This is very different. This is unique." Like
the DDT and stuff too. That was not my idea. The guy I'm fighting there, great guy, John Catalan. I think is how you say his last name. Anyways, if I pronounce that wrong, I'm sorry, John. John had said, Len, you should DDT me here, because you just did this move, and I'm right here, and because if you're thinking of me, a martial artist, and I've got a lot of experience, whether it's just Korean martial arts, but I've also had some submission martial art experience and stuff. And after my last move, I'm thinking I'm going to tie you up and basically like guillotine choke you, it's called, kind of thing. And he said, well, no, you should just DDT me. And I'm like, I don't know how to do any of that stuff. And he's like, well, just wrap your arm around me and I'll do the rest. And there it was. So I said, okay, cool. I think it's cool. So John Catalan there, he gets credit for the DDT.
Nice.
There.
Well, it's always fun to throw in a DDT now and then.
I thought it was fun. Yeah, I thought it was fun.
their next project, I'm really excited for. Pact to Vengeance, baby. Pact to Vengeance, chat. Look at this poster. Look at this. VHS style. Love it. Badassity abounds. And look who's at the bottom here. We got, again, Leo Fong, Low Blow, The Legend Returns. We got Tom Micklethorpe's son from Rock and Roll Nightmare, which that movie had one of the craziest, most insane finales in movie history. Rock and Roll Nightmare, John Micklethorpe. We got Matthew Carretas from Samurai Cop, son.
Oh, yeah.
All teaming up with my man Len, who's also in the movie. This right here, I am sold. I am sold, especially when I found out is going to be vigilante beatdown style. Death Wish 3, which I absolutely love. Death Wish 3. I absolutely love that movie. And I'm excited.
Picture like a Death Wish 3 mixed with like an old Sega console beat 'em up like Streets of Rage 2 or something like that. That's basically what it's going to be.
That just happens to be my favorite beat 'em up series. That's all. But yeah, I read the plot synopsis and I heard you talking about it a little bit. Oh, look, we got Dog Soldier says, dude, that looks awesome.
Thank you.
Chat is really, really, really feeling that poster and that poster art. So the plan, I think I heard you say that the plan was to film yes, look at that. Yeah. So if you guys join Len's Patreon and help support him make bigger and better movies, which I highly recommend that you do.
Join the Obliterators. Join the Obliterators.
Locate, infiltrate, and obliterate. Yeah. So I want the patch.
Yeah, it's very much a beat 'em up movie kind of thing. Of course, there's some martial arts and action to it. It's more of an action picture than it is a martial art picture in terms of like scope and things like that. Where you see a movie like Challenge of Five Gauntlets and you get the aura of the film and things that is very martial art in terms of philosophies and things like that. But Pact of Vengeance will not be that. It's very much an action picture that'll have some kicks and punches, but a lot of guns and stuff like that in it, some flamethrowers, those kinds of things. But it is very much a get revenge for this and that and take back the city kind of thing.
Yeah, obliteration. Yes, it looks like it's gonna scratch the itch. It's gonna scratch the action itch. Like, I'm ready. This is my kind of shit right here.